Alrighty. And here we are then, for what will almost certainly be the finale of this little adventure that I've cooked up for all of you. Hold up a second while I tell my water my apple tree alarm to not go off today. So.
If it's not, I'm jumping.
What? Whatever. So, where last we left off, you had all continued your explorations throughout this ancient lighthouse watchtower laboratory structure on a tiny scab of an island in the middle of a raging storm, having come face to face with a nightmarish abomination of partially digested meat and hunger. Determining that there was only really one safe place, you had managed to resuscitate a dying Gijo and brought yourselves into that safe place, the garden space in the heart of the structure, where you rested and formulated a plan. Determining that your best bet was still to light the light at the top of the tower to draw in rescue, you quickly determined that the alarms you had been hearing throughout the structure were almost certainly an indication that a lockdown, the quarantine you had discovered earlier, was now in effect now that the power to the rest of the structure had been turned back on. And with that quarantine, ascension to the summit to light the fire would be impossible. So, devising a plan, Gijo and I am blanking on his name, which I shouldn't be because I have it right here. Gijo and Fabian made for the elevator to await the disengagement of the quarantine, while the two kobolds, Skaga and Skaz, made their way to do just that. Skaga disengaged the quarantine, but the mass, the hungering thing, had been lying in wait and burst from its hiding place to give chase. After a brief scuffle and the employment of fire, Skaz and Skaga managed to book a retreat, withdrawing from the creature. However, the plan did somewhat fall apart as some things hadn't been properly communicated between members. And, well, the moment the quarantine was lifted, the lever for the elevator was pulled, I believe, by Gijo, which caused it to begin ascending, effectively splitting the party into two groups of two. If nothing else, this caused the mass to divide its attention, with Gijo and Fabian on the lift going up, and Skaga and Skaz booking it out the front entrance to get away from the mass. And it was on that point that we stopped last time, sort of mid-combat encounter. We stopped at the top of the round, I believe. So, let's go ahead and get back to it. Shall we? So, Gijo and Fabian, you two are on the ascent. Skaz and Skaga, you two have been booking it south for the exit of the lighthouse. The mass had two different groups to choose to pursue, 50-50, and with a roll of the dice, it chose to pursue the group on the elevator, as whatever it is you're doing up there, it has determined it does not like. Ow, my ribs hurt for some reason. Breathing in hurts, but it's okay. So, I assume I just worked myself too hard yesterday. I did some workouts. So, Skaz, it is your turn. Top of the round.
Yes.
What do you wish to
Skaz is going back.
Oh, you're doubling back?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's like, oh shit, we should probably actually maybe stick together. It's gonna be tricky given that the elevator is going up, but...
It's not that we should be sticking together, but we try to lure it away from the others, so they could complete their mission. But
right,
as that didn't work,
my roll 20 is acting up. One moment, but keep talking. Go on.
Okay. Is the mass still in view?
Let me double check the map. I'm having to like actually reload it on my recording screen. I would say that you just have line of sight from this distance with your dark vision. Like only just, cause like it's not necessarily like close. It is like 95 feet away from you at a minimum. You have line of sight, but not necessarily clear line of sight. There are some obstructions with some rubble and those roots in the way. Okay, I can get rid of the fade now. There we go. Okay, and I'll just move this over here. Ah, what the fuck?
If
What the fuck?
if it gets if it gets cover, I'm just gonna run up to it.
All right. Well, hang on a second, because once again, my Roll20 screen is screwing up. I don't know what's wrong with it today.
All right.
Play nice with me. I'm trying to be dramatic. Got the spooky music going and everything. Okay, so you were just running forward? That was all you were doing?
That's everything I can do, I'm afraid, because I don't think I can hit it with cover.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah, like through the narrow gap in the doorway, you would not have a clear line of sight to shoot it, no. So, yeah, that's about as far as you can get. In that case, it is now Gijo's turn. My Birdman, you are up. You are on the lifting elevator. It is rising, not necessarily fast, but not necessarily slow either. I'd say like maybe, I don't know. We're not going to assign a number to it for the time being. Let's just say that we've got maybe 3 rounds before you reach the top, and leave it at that for the sake of simplicity, shall we?
All right. Okay.
All right, so I shall create a timer, and with big old letters. And I will make them. Well, right now they're tiny and hard to read. Red, big, bold, black outline. Okay. 1 of 3. And it resets at the top of the round.
All right. And this thing's at the bottom.
Yep,
How high would you say we are right now?
I don't remember exactly what I said before, but I'll just we'll just assume like 90 feet.
General.
We'll assume 90 feet. You've kind of been ascending for like maybe 3 rounds so far. You're about halfway there. The whole thing's maybe like 250, 300 feet tall. So you're like 900 to 100 feet up at this point, I'd say.
All right. Since I'm pretty sure it wouldn't alight immediately, I'd like to use my tinderbox, and in my inventory, I would like to try and set afire one of the nets that I have in my inventory.
Huh.
One of the 2.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure what we'd roll for this. I would say... Man, I don't know. Just roll me a let's just say, just roll me a flat d20, and I'll let you add your proficiency bonus, because your nets are your thing. So.
Yeah. Let's see. So that's... Where's proficiency? I got 2. Okay. So, all right. Here we go. Let's roll 1d20.
20 not natural. Damn, nice. Okay, so you pull out one of your nets from your inventory, sort of bundle it up a bit, and start pulling out the things from your tinderbox, flint and steel, and start. And after a few seconds, sort of completing the end of your the end of your action, the net lights up. You now have a flaming net.
All right, I got. Let's see. What other? Is there any other bonus? I could action search, but maybe I want to save that for later. I think, yeah, I guess I'll just have to, I'm gonna use my movement to move back from the edge.
Fair enough.
5 paces, and that will end my turn.
All right, Skaga, my little suicidal kobold lady, what you up to?
So in the entrance.
Also, as a reminder, there's a thing here where just a bunch of Guido's shit is drying on like a line that you tied.
Yep, I was just about to ask, Gijo, what all did you leave out drying?
Out drawing should be at least
rope?
8 torches and 1 sleeping bag. along with, hang on, I'm going through my inventory here to remember what I left out. Okay, kept that. So it was the torches, the bedroll. Like that was kept. Yeah, it's literally just that, torches and a bedroll. It was just like, yeah, if we have to sleep here tonight, I ain't sleeping in a sopping mess.
So no rope.
No, but those torches are. I mean, I assume they should be dry by now.
Well, depends on how long we've been exploring. Wood does not dry quick.
Yeah.
14 hours.
Right. So you've been here for at least a couple of hours. I mean, the comprehend languages last for like an hour, doesn't it? Or is that 10 minutes?
No, an hour.
Yeah, okay. So you had at least one full cycle of comprehend languages while you were exploring the base floor, and then you took your short rest, in the garden after your first encounter with the mess. So you have been here a minimum of 2 hours. So I'd say that things are maybe still a little soggy, but to the point where they're like dry enough to be functional.
All right, I'll just grab all of those and start heading back.
All right, so you grab a bunch of torches and some bedding and start scrambling back.
Yeah, I'll share the bedding too.
If you want, you don't have to.
No, I'm little. I'll probably just grab the torches.
All right.
So,
Leave the sopping bedroll for the moths.
All right, so you go ahead, you gather up the torches, turn on your heel, and start sprinting back to the rest of the group, sort of like some conflicting instincts in your mind. One telling you to book it. You're not prepared to fight this thing, and your other instinct saying your brother just doubled back, and also you kind of have a team at the moment. Whether or not you like them is irrelevant. They've had your back so far. You're kind of invested now.
Would I be able to dash, or would it take my action to grab all those torches?
I'd say it would take your action to grab all those. If you were only grabbing one, I would have allowed that as a bonus action, but since you grabbed all of them, it's a full action, so no dashing for you this turn.
No worries.
Unless you're okay with only taking one.
No, I think it'd be best to have as much fire sources as possible.
Fair enough. Fabian, it is to you, my man. What are you doing?
Standing there.
You realize
That you're just like me, Icho.
trying to make history.
I think. Honestly, just stand there.
Fabian's you're just
not
a
really
like
anything else you can do.
Yeah, like
Could
yeah.
really
I mean,
flick
you're
right
statted
now.
as a rogue, but Fabian is written to just be a regular ass guy. So
Petrified with fear.
you're like
Actually.
y'all remember the game over man from Aliens? That's you. That's you, except you're even more useless because you don't have an M41A pulse rifle.
Hey, you know what? That guy is one of the guys that lived.
Is he?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was.
I thought they all died except for...
Yeah, the only one
Ripley.
who the only ones who lived were Ripley, Bishop, Newt, and the one guy who showed Ripley how to use a pulse rifle, which was not the game over man, because Ripley would not be attracted to that. Everyone else
He had-
died. They were
I did
either
have a redeeming moment, though.
they were either eaten by the
whatever.
aliens, chest bursted, or went up in flames with the nuke.
All right.
Either way,
We're nerd fighting.
yeah. Hey, I'm a big fan of that movie. I've seen it a fair few times. I remember I remember the
he did
casualty
not
count
die in the
especially.
Oh no, we had someone pull up a wiki.
No
Okay.
spoilers.
Oh no.
That movie's almost 30
Wait,
years old,
never
or
mind.
is 30
Yeah.
years old.
So?
Never mind. For some reason, Google thought I asked if the actor died and told me no, the actor didn't die. It's like, anyway. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this bit out.
Oh no, it's in here. forever.
No.
And now I have a reason to upload all of this to YouTube. Endure your shame. It's the masses' turn.
Nerd fight over. Scotch winner.
Character time over. Back to plot.
Something like that. Anyway, so it is the mass. So the mass, let me double check its speeds. It is going to glare at this gradually ascending platform, and like you can like hear this just frustrated, angry sound from inside of its squirming masses. And these black goopy tendrils are going to stretch out of it, latch forward, and latch onto the ascending pillar that is the center of the elevator, attaching itself, and it is going to spend its full turn to dash and climb 40 feet.
Oh, I don't like that.
And because the elevator is rising, the mass is ascending with the elevator. So it's covered 40 of the 90 or so feet you've gotten, so it'll reach you on like round 3 of this. All right, top of the round. Top of the round. I will go ahead and update the timer here. 2 or 3. All right, Skaz, it is to you.
Gas is gonna run again, and still probably no proper line of sight to
Oh yeah, no,
the
it's completely
enemy.
out of your line of sight now. You saw it latch on to the side of the ascending pillar and rise with it, and you can no longer see it.
Unless the door is very, very high. No.
The door is tall,
Okay.
but not that tall, and not at your angle.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you can see its goopy residue, but you cannot see it.
Then I'm dashing again inside.
All
and
right.
making rude gestures into its general direction.
You know what? Make a persuasion check.
Oh shit. I probably shouldn't have done that.
Are we persuading the DM?
Fortunately, I'm
This is just so I can determine a DC for myself. No,
stop. That's performance. But that's the same roll, really.
It's the same number,
shit.
so a third turn. Okay, well, let's
Yeah. Okay. Not the 3.
see what happens here. 0. It rolled a 0 on its charisma save.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
So, are you vocalizing while you're making these rude gestures, or are you just like flipping it off?
I'm definitely shouting rude things in Draconic.
Okay. You start shouting rude things in Draconic at the mass as it's climbing up the side of the pillar, and it halts in its climb. It hesitates. It hears you, and it obviously knows what you're saying. So,
Oh shit.
it seems you have gained its attention. Whether or not it commits to that, we'll see. Gijo, your turn.
Okay, so I guess I would see those tendrils just slap on the edge, and okay.
It's
is throwing
very
something-
disgusting. It's like ferrofluid made of muscles.
Yeah, is throwing an item to a nearby party member a action or a bonus action? Passing an item, basically.
That's not even a bonus action, actually. That's an item interaction.
Is that separate from an action? Sorry.
Yeah, item interaction is... One item interaction is free per round, basically.
Yeah.
Like drawing your sword.
Oh, so like if I were to hand Fabian something, that'd be just that wouldn't count towards my action.
Correct.
More or less.
Okay, well then, Gijo will then immediately move close enough to hand Fabian something, and hands him the other free net that he has. He says, "Get this thing alive immediately."
Okay. I gotta
And-
wait a second, though. Like, there's another turn.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
All right. So you
Okay,
spend
two-
5 feet. So you spend 5 feet to do
Yeah.
that. Give it that free action.
5 feet to that, and then I use I use
Another
10
two.
more feet to move back. And looking down at the creature, I would like to toss the one net that is afire straight down at that sucker right at its forehead.
All right. Real quick, because you are handling something that is on fire, I would like you to make from your dexterity saving throw, DC 10.
All right, dexterity saving throw. Here we go.
All right.
What?
All right. Lucky you, you only take 1 point of fire damage. Some
A
of
little
the
singed?
yeah, you get a little singe on your palms. It's like hot, hot, hot. All right. So I believe using a net is a ranged attack.
Yes.
I will give you advantage because you have high ground, a very straight shot, and the mass is not as mobile as it normally is because it is clinging to a surface.
All right. Here we go.
19. Nice. That hits its armor class.
Yes.
Good.
All right.
I know it says Morphus, so it probably is going to work, but that's why I set the thing on fire. I guess
right.
as he throws it, he would probably say something just like, "Oh, you want me so bad? Have this fast!"
All right. Go ahead and roll the damage for the net.
Net doesn't technically have a damage. It just has whether or not it affects somebody.
Ah.
Yeah. Though that's the whole point. He just set it on fire, so I guess
Right,
it'd
okay.
be 1d4. I guess would be the basic fire.
Sure. Yeah. Like a net is like it's supposed to like restrain a creature, right?
Yeah. And now it's just on fire.
Yeah. So as long as it remains like whatever the effect is from the net, then it'll just take 1d4 fire damage. So long as that remains in effect. I need to remind myself how the hell that actually works. This is the first time anyone's used the net while I've been at a D&D table.
Technically, it's supposed to restrain a creature, but because this thing's amorphous, it would have no effect on restraining it. But that's just—he's just like literally throwing anything that he could light on fire at the creature.
A large or smaller creature hit by a net is restrained until it is freed. A net has no effect on creatures that are formless or creatures that are huge or larger. A creature can use its action to make a DC 10 strength check, freeing itself or another creature within its reach on a success. Dealing 5 slashing damage to the net, AC 10 also frees the creature without harming it, ending the effect and destroying the net. When you use an action, bonus action, or reaction to attack with the net, you can make only one attack regardless of the number of attacks you can normally make. And restrained is the status condition that it imparts, which is right here. A restrained creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So okay. All right, so go ahead and roll me 2d4 for the fire damage.
Okay.
All right, so it takes a total of 6 fire damage, and it is technically restrained. As the net falls on it, you hear it like as it sort of momentarily hesitates as Skaz is shouting profanities at it, and like you capitalize on that moment of hesitation to drop the flaming net. It latches on, and you just hear it gurgling and burbling and roaring in pain as the flames sink in. All right. Do you want to use any more of your movement, or are you content with that?
Probably just again move back just a step.
All right. In that case, Skaga, it is to you.
Alright, yeah, just thought let me count this out again. 5, 10.
We have a ruler tool.
Just dash to get up here.
Okay, that's all right.
One more. And Uh, I guess, can I make any sort of intuitive guess where it is just based on what I can see right now?
I mean, you have line of sight on Skaz, and you see him shouting profanities up at the up into the ascending elevator, so you can kind of just naturally intuit it's probably in there and up, which tells you that it is chasing the rest of your little squad.
Okay, so then as I run up, I will shout to Skaz, "Brother, I have more fire supply!" And I will just kind of throw them in front of me, basically dropping it. And I would like to use my item interaction to tie my rope to the chain of my bear trap.
Okay. Interesting.
This is gonna get wild.
So you're doing what again? You're tying a rope to your bear trap?
Yes.
Okay, that is an interesting way to do it.
If
I think at
it's
this
up,
point, man, you have to call everybody here MacGyver. Everybody's been a MacGyver today.
Well, I mean, you are doing everything in your power to keep this thing from killing you. Honestly, it is impressive, the solutions you're coming up with. I applaud it.
my thought is if I activate it and I can use the rope to swing it, Skaz and I can yank it back down.
Okay.
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, well, the rope is 50 feet. We got some space to run.
Well,
This is a bad idea.
Fabian,
Let's do it anyway.
Fabian, I mean, you don't really have good ideas right now. But Fabian, you're up.
Fabian's gonna do what he was told and light the net on fire.
All right.
This is something I have to roll for, or does it just happen?
Again, go ahead and make for me that 1d20 plus your proficiency.
Plus my proficiency. I don't know if I can do that.
You just roll a flat 1d20.
I know.
Yeah.
Hang on, I just realized I hadn't actually opened my sheet.
That would be
Give roll 20 a second.
You can do it.
My
You can do it,
proficiency's
Fabian.
2.
I believe in you.
Fabian has a little bit of NPC energy.
He kind of does, doesn't he? I feel bad for constantly picking on him, but like that's just the character you've made, my guy. All right, so Fabian,
That's
with
exactly the idea.
All right, Fabian, with your shaky hands, your barely contained panic, and the general terror of the situation, you are able to light the net on fire, but it is very sloppy. And you will take 1d4 fire damage, and it consumes your whole turn to do this. So you take
Dang.
3 points of fire damage as you burn your hands.
Ouch.
Now I'm gonna be holding this for the next 24 seconds.
The next 6 seconds.
He does still have movement and item or was that item interaction that what he
Because it was such a low roll, I'm ruling that it has consumed his whole turn to do this.
Wait, aren't I holding a torch?
I can reason that you just kind of put it down next to you while you did this. Oh, wait, no, hold on. That's right. You could just stuff your torch into it. Okay, never mind.
Wait.
Rewinding time for a second.
I was just like, wait.
You know what?
Is
Yeah,
it
no,
out?
that actually makes a lot more sense. No, not 2 hit points. 20 hit points. There we go. Shut up. So,
He just
okay,
he just
so,
is so dumb. He accidentally is like, how do I set this on fire? Puts the torch to himself.
okay, so rewinding time a second. You sort of take the net, you nod, you put it down for a second so that your hand isn't on it, and you just light it up with your torch as your free item interaction.
Okay.
So you
Sorry
do
for
still have your full
remembering
turn
that
now.
after.
It's okay. It's okay. That I mean, hey, if it makes more sense for you to do one thing and it's really shortly after a bad thing happens, I am more than happy to rewind time to let you do the logical thing.
Also,
Plus,
it's funnier for the
we
video.
did just come back. I mean, we kind of
Yeah.
forgot a few things.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Alright, so in that case,
So yes, that was just your free action to do that. You still have your free action and I'll say your bonus action, but you still have movement and a normal action.
alright. So then, in that case, what's going to happen is, since he put it on the ground and lit it on fire, he's going to pick it up, run over to the edge, screaming like a maniac, throw it, and then run back over here.
Okay. Go ahead and make for me a ranged attack roll. You have advantage because it's already restrained. And also you have the high ground. So you have an advantage on this.
All right, ranged attack. So that's basically just plus my dexterity, right?
Your dexterity and are you proficient with nets? Nets qualify as martial weapons, don't they?
Yes.
Are you proficient with martial weapons? I don't think you are.
No.
Okay, so you don't get your proficiency, but you will get your dex.
All right.
Okay.
Oh wait, advantage.
Yep. 18. That just hits. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah!
So you do hit. Go ahead and roll me the 2d4 for the fire damage, and also roll after that the your sneak attack damage because of advantage.
Ooh.
Hooray!
Only
I
the
use
2d.
sneak
Only
attack.
the Only the 2d4 are going to get any bonuses here. From the fire damage thing, the sneak attack is just a flat damage bonus. So roll the 2d4 first, and I'll double that. Nice.
And then I'm pretty sure I just get 1d6.
I think a rogue at, like, y'all are second level. Let's see here.
I thought they got 2.
Let's see here.
But-
A second level, yeah. Second level rogue, yeah, no, it's only 1d6. You're right.
Okay.
I have the rulebook open. All right, another 3 points of
Yippee.
damage. All right, so. All right,
Oh,
so.
and the entire time he's going.
Indeed. All right, so you throw the net down while just sort of shrieking in general mundane panic. A second flaming net hits the mass. It roars and it shrieks again. As like it's smoking, it's sizzling, it's popping as the flames settle and seethe into it. It is on its turn. Because it is like double netted now, I'm actually going to increase the DC of the saving throw to break out, but I will also give the mass advantage because it is amorphous. So the DC will be higher, but it has advantage. So DC 15 with advantage. Strength, and it has strength as one of its proficient saving throws. 19. So it does break free, though that costs it its action, so it cannot dash. So, as these nets hit it, it manages to just sort of eat through the ropes, and they snap and fall away from it as just these... It's almost like a lamp shattered, and there's just these falling embers dwindling into darkness as they fall to the floor below. It's very cinematic and creepy. Now, because it took fire damage, but it was already pissed off from fire damage, it has like 3 different things it can do right now. So I am going to roll. Okay, so it is going to, like, it's burning, it's uncomfortable, it's unhappy, you have thoroughly annoyed the shit out of it. It is going to use its movement to just let go of the pillar and fall.
Oh shit.
And it crashes to the
no.
ground.
Yay, it's no longer on the elevator. Oh no, it's no longer on the elevator.
It's no longer on the elevator, and it's right in front of Skaz. Speaking of which, Skaz, it is your turn, and at this time, Fabian and Gijo, the timer runs out. So you two will no longer be on this map or on this turn order. So I will move the 2 of you to the next map. But,
All right,
but
so
we'll
the elevator is shutting right now, or not yet?
The elevator has just, like, passed through the point where you can no longer see what's going on down below.
Oh, damn.
So,
Can I say
so-
something right before it does that?
you may.
As he shouts out, "Get out of here, little kobold! Run for it!"
All right. So with that in mind, then.
am.
So with that in mind, I am going to go ahead and just move you to the GM layer because you are no longer on this map.
Whoa.
And remove you from the turn order for the moment. All right. Not exactly sure why Fabian is, why his HP is still showing up on my recording screen. He's not supposed to, but I'll just move him over. That's weird. Whatever. We can ignore it. All right. So then, Skaz, my little green friend, what are you doing?
Contemplating if I should.
Outside, outside, outside.
Yeah, probably a good idea. So that is 30. Whoa!
Oh, clever. You're dashing into the garden.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be a good idea since this thing seems pissed off now.
All right. Well, you dashed, so that's your turn. Skaga, it's to you.
Okay. Well, since that happened, I'll pick up the torches again and use my movement to get outside as well and help him slam the door and just hold it shut.
All right. If you two could both make for me, if you're like holding the door shut, sort of side by side, make for me just strength checks between the two of you. And you may both roll with advantage on this because you're helping each other. And whatever the highest result is will be the DC for breaking down your guard here.
Oh dear. It's gonna be. Can it be athletics?
It's just raw strength because it is your muscle power against something trying to break through.
It makes sense.
Did it roll
Ooh,
with
20.
advantage?
Nice. All right, so the DC is 20. Like, your adrenaline is
And
doing
that's-
a lot of heavy lifting right now.
That's a natural 20 because
That
I
yeah,
just
that
like-
doesn't make it an automatic full-on success or impossible to overcome. It just means you have the highest DC possible. Either way, so you do that, and it is now the mass's turn.
I got a 0.
0. So the mass is going to move 30 feet, pushing through that doorway. Not that you guys can see it. And then it's going to dash and disappear into that hole. Not that you two can see that.
Oh, shit.
So, with that,
I think
we're
we'll
going-
wait.
with that, I need to do something. Because there are two of you who are currently on a different location. So, we're going to bring down the music a little bit for the moment. Well, let's see here. Wait, no, hold on. No, hold on. I'm trying to move myself to the. There we go. So, Fabian, Gijo,
Yeah.
Yes.
the elevator finishes coming to its ascension. I'm not too concerned about your position in the turn order right now. You can take your time a little bit for the moment, but you basically have a full turn to yourselves. So, you come to an ascension in a relatively small chamber. It's much smaller than the one you just left, though that makes sense as the tower sort of tapers as it ascends toward the top. Towards your north, opposite of where the door you came in from, as you see an open archway leading to a staircase heading up, which I will now reveal to you.
Whoa.
What?
Staircase.
All right.
All right. So we're here, and is there like another lever at the top here? I assume.
Yeah, I'll say there's another lever. I'll go ahead and just mark it as another red squiggle, like I did the first one.
All
It
right.
is,
There's
over
like
there.
where did you say we're in an enclosed space? No windows or anything?
This is an enclosed space, yes, no windows.
Okay. All right. Well then, since I
That
guess
said,
we
you
only
do
have a-
see holes in the walls occasionally, so. And there is plenty of the black gunk around. So you know that the thing can get up here with you.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that's what the presence of the black gunk means. It means that thing can be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. And then to which Gijo would say,
Thankfully, it can't be on the staircase.
"We don't know." Gijo probably would just say,
Okay,
"It's like,
so the thing about the staircase is I put those icons down after I was done putting down all the other miscellaneous details. So,
okay, I'm pretty sure that the second they go through the little gap before they reach the top, Gijo just starts saying, "Well, on the broad side, at least it can't get us up here." Yeah, fuck. He just looks at the black splotches. Okay. He's like, Gijo then just turns to Fabi. He's like, "We gotta move. This thing can get up here." And I guess, I'm just double checking. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna take a. We're just gonna. You said this is open.
yeah, that is an open archway with the stairs heading up.
Okay. So then, we're just gonna take a dash action to get to the door. Is this also open, or is there a door?
It is open. It is an archway. So,
Okay.
ascending the stairs and getting line of sight, it is relatively dark, but this is actually, it appears you have found the summit of the tower where the flame burns. So, it sort of branches off from here. You have a path heading left and right, but also a path heading forward that opens up into a grand, towering chamber. The left and right paths don't seem particularly of note at the moment, but the path ahead of you and the chamber it opens up into is large and grand, and you can see this towering sort of large stone brickwork pillar rising up and up and up and up with stairways leading up to it. So, I will go ahead and reveal all of that to you. Bop. And bop. With a bit of bop to represent cone vision. Also, the paths left and right do sort of a branch northward.
So this circle is the summit?
Yes, that summit does appear to be the absolute summit of the tower.
Okay, so I said we already took the dash action, so I can.
You took a dash action. You still have cunning action.
Yeah, so. And this is where a big fire can be?
You see, as you're sort of coming up, I didn't have the resources in my map maker to reflect this, but you see several sort of gilded spikes with more of those like energy conduits at sort of the like the four sort of cardinal corners, sort of like flanking either side of the stairs. So like here and here for each staircase, pointing inward. Or rather, three of them. Nothing on the southern side, but the same basic idea. Just 6 sort of gilded spikes pointing in towards the center. You don't see a like a pile of wood or anything like that, but what you do see, like Fabian would not have the word for this, but what you see is best described as being reminiscent of like a rocket engine almost. Like a fantasy medieval rocket engine where it's just a big funnel with all kinds of strange old Orient circuitry and more of those glowing conduits sort of feeding into the very base. And you see signs of old burns sort of along the sides, ancient soot that never got cleaned out.
Is there a button?
You do not see a button. You see the The various, no, that was incorrect. You see the energy conduits, similar to what lit up when you reactivated the generator. And I'll reveal the rest of the room to you. You see those sort of feeding out through passages heading east, west, and north.
It's a puzzle.
All right, I believe that is Fabian's full turn because you used your you used action to dash and then bonus action to dash again. So there's
I did
nothing
not
more
do
you can
that.
do. Oh, you didn't?
No, I've only used the one.
Oh, okay. So far
I'm
you...
assuming I can't run over the circle.
I mean, you can? You can. You might need to make like a jump to sort of get over it because, again, like that very central bit is like a funnel. So there's like a drop down. And as a reminder, dashing again would only give you another 30 feet of movement. So.
I'll just dash right there.
All right, so sort of seeing this and like your brain sort of connecting the dots, like in the back of your head, you're like, okay, I think I understand what's going on here. And you book it to that other corridor. As you sort of slide to a stop at the base of those stairs, sort of vaulting over the guardrail, you look down and you catch line of sight of what appears to be a sort of some manner of mechanism represented by the torch there. It is of Orion make. You have no idea how it works, but it's there.
Okay.
And that is your turn. Gijo, you're up. And you know,
I'll do the same thing.
I'll just give everyone visual on this.
Oh. Okay. Kobolds have a psychic link to know what's going on.
I just don't want them to be bored.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for the consideration.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want them to be bored while I'm doing other cool shit. They're not
Yeah.
here. They're like, this is the problem with splitting the party, is I kind of have to leave some people bored for a bit.
Sorry.
Hey, I mean, it's completely your fault, but don't apologize.
Okay.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Okay.
It's a dangerous thing in this world, but it's an idea.
Okay.
So I'd like to move and use an action to sprint 50 feet out of 60 to right
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Do I see like any natural light to the right of me or anything?
Like,
Like,
not
are
to
there
the
any windows or?
No, the windows are in the sort of central chamber, like up along the walls. You can kind of catch little bits of like faint ring light starting to peek through the storm clouds as like the worst of it finally passes. So there's a little bit of natural light in that room, enough to see what's going on, not necessarily enough to make out all the fine print, but like a human can make out what's going on in there. But like in these corridors, it's still dark and you need your torch.
Okay, all right, but are the windows like? Can I look out of them? Can I tell? Like, okay, I move the rest of the feet 60. That's all I can move this turn. Can I tell if there's any windows that like are? I'm able to actually look out of in the sense of like go up to, or are these things high up? On
They're
the
about
ceiling?
they're about I'd say like 15 feet up off the ground because they're intended to be like level with the brazier.
Ah, all right. Well, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that right now.
Do you want to use a free action to make the elevator descend again, or are you leaving it?
Oh, right. Well,
I'll let you do that as a free action if you want to. It's up to you.
Yeah, and it would technically still be 5 because I'm moving diagonal. Yeah, okay, let's just say as he ran out of there, he just, slapped that lever back, and then as the thing started descending, he, kept running and jumped off.
All right, so the
not
elevator is
like-
descending. It's going to take it a bit, but it is descending.
Yeah.
All right, so you've used your action to dash. I believe you still have, I think that's as far as you can get right there.
Yeah, that's as far as I can get, 60 feet.
All right, then that is the end of your turn, which means top of the round, it is back to Skaz and Skaga. So, the two of you sort of found your spot. You braced. You're holding it, expecting the bass to start beating down the door any second, and you hear it surging and roaring and gurgling from the other side of the door, just as horribly muffled.
Gesundheit.
And then nothing. The power of covering my mouth with my hands. I can simulate closed doors. The king will be here in a fortnight. Have everything ready. Yes, sir. But anyway, so you hear those sounds, but the mass does not start beating down your door. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm trying to listen at the door, but I probably won't hear anything, no matter what I roll. Basically, I'm looking at Skaga and back inside.
I like the music I've chosen for this bit. This is good.
We can't get to them.
Can't leave them.
I don't plan on leaving them, but we can't get up.
At least they might need our help when they get down. Okay, I'm gonna open the door again and
Opening the door, you sort of poke your head through. The mass is nowhere in sight. You see a fresh trail of the sludge that comprises its body disappearing into this hole in the floor right here, but you do not see any sign of it, and you do hear the grinding of stone to indicate that the elevator is in motion again.
It's in motion again. Okay.
Maybe they're done. Quick, let's light these torches and put them around the holes in this room.
That is a pillar you just walked onto.
Oh, it is. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incorporeable.
I cast gaseous form and slide betwixt the atoms. Gaseous form is not a spell that would work in this setting.
I'm staying here. I'm not gonna dash or anything. But I'm gonna start lighting torches. Yes.
All right. All right. So you two spend free actions to light torches, so you have some sources of flame.
And I'm actually going to start sticking them around the holes, kind of deter it from coming back up through them.
Ah, nice. Clever. Okay. The strategy that would work a lot better if it didn't have so many options. But at the very least, they can't come up right next to you.
The exit.
True. Fair enough.
Can I?
I mean, I'll say any of the holes on the floor connect to all of the other holes.
True.
It can emerge from any of them. It's like venting in Among Us.
No, and I get that, but these are the ones that they'll have to pass to get out.
Ah, fair enough. Okay. All right. Anything else you two are doing?
Anyway.
Can I see if the elevator is descending again?
You'd need to move one more square to get about here to get line of sight on it.
Okay, I'll do that.
And yes, you can see that the pillar is receding back into the floor. It is descending.
I'm back down.
All right. Skaga,
Okay.
you laid out a bunch of torches, so that is your go.
I'm gonna keep mine for now, and I'll motion Gaga to follow me back to the elevator.
All right.
I'll kind of walk backwards with my swords ready.
Fair enough. All right. So, with that,
Back to the
Gijo and Fabian, as you are, as you're sort of moving through to do this, to sort of figure out what you're doing, You hear the grinding of something moving through the walls nearby.
Oh, no.
And a little panicking thrill runs up your spine, Gijo, and especially you, Fabian. And you sort of look back the way you just came, Gijo, and it just emerges from one of the holes in the walls in the elevator room and lands in the doorway with a sickening splat. And it just sort of, its face pushes through a little bit, teeth chattering. It is not going to run away this time. So, let's go ahead and get the final boss music going. I'd like to reset the initiative order if everyone would be willing to accommodate me on that.
Alright, but only if I roll good.
Alright. Give me a second to do a thing. Alright. Skaz and Skaga, you are welcome to do your initiative rolls again.
I really hope this thing rolls. Yes! Thank God!
All right. Okay. Okay, and I need to delete the old ones for myself.
I'm pretty sure Gijo would just look back at this thing and just go like, oh, sweet Germany, don't you want to give up?
All right, so 14, 13, 12, 10, 5. It was like the initiative got doubled on my initiative screen for some reason, so there was like 2 of everyone, which isn't quite correct.
No, yeah, I got 13, Skaga got 14,
Fabian got 12, Skaz got 10, Mass is 5.
All right, so with that in mind then. So, top of the round. We go back down to floor 1. Skaga, it is your go.
How far down is the elevator?
Yeah, let's just start a new timer. And because I'm merciful, we'll say that it's on a 4-timer thing to come down. Like it seems like the facility is waking up some more, and things are like, as the rust is being ground off, things are speeding up.
All right.
So it'll take a full 4 rounds to come all the way down. There's no reason you have to wait for it to do that yourself, though.
Yeah, I will just get in the room and be ready to scramble up on top of it as soon as it's within jumping distance, which is pretty short for me.
Fair enough. That being said, I'm going to send you a thing on Discord, if it will let me. Alright. And while you are pondering that, we can shift back here to Gijo. Gijo, it is your turn. Also, I hope you all appreciate my choice of music for this bit.
Very nice.
I would probably love it if I actually even played out any Warframe, but
On its own, the music is still good.
oh yeah, it's still good. Yeah. To which Gijo, after cursing, would basically just holler, "Oh, Fabian, we got company." Let's see. All right, so Fabian went that way. So you know what? Gijo is gonna go the opposite direction, and using his sprint. Yeah. Okay, well, you first use movement, and I'll get here with movement.
All right.
And can you see around the corner, or do I have to move one more for that?
I'll let you see around the corner, like peeking, sure.
All right.
So, peering around the corner, you see more corridor and another of those devices on the wall that you don't necessarily understand how it works, but you see it.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm probably just gonna have to use my action to get close enough to even figure out anything of it. So I guess I'll move as close as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you used your action to dash, didn't you?
Well, no. First, I used 30 movement.
Ah, right, but yeah. So yeah, you use your action to dash. I'll put you right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that like you're not squishing the thing.
Oh. No,
Does
he
it-
really wants to be close to it. He
Yeah,
wants
like-
to learn everything about
Yeah,
it.
like it's coming out of the wall. So you come up to it, and it is a strange like assembly of like like levers and like buttons. It seems like a somewhat more elaborate power junction even than the reactor you activated at the base of the facility.
Can he use item interaction just to try and...
No, for
guess
something
to
this
make
this complicated, no, that won't fly.
Damn. All right. Well, then...
Fabian,
Yeah, that's all he can do.
you're up.
Come on, funny stuttering man. You can do it.
Sorry.
You were forgiven. Don't do it again.
Okay. So, what was it about the torch that's in front of me again?
Torch?
I mean, I used a torch icon to represent it because I didn't have anything more accurate. The device on the wall, it's like a conglomeration of weird, like, levers and buttons and dials. It's a complicated bit of machinery. That being said, it doesn't seem to be obnoxiously complicated. You'd have to get closer and, like, study it for a bit to figure out how the hell to use it properly, but you imagine you probably could.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. And
All right.
Fabian's gonna do that.
All right, get
What do
closer
I
and go. Make an intelligence check for me.
Oh no.
Is that your worst stat?
No, actually, it's not.
16. All right, so Fabian, as you kind of come charging in and give it all a once over, you very quickly surprise yourself as you kind of start to like sort of like the adrenaline and like just the panic is somehow making your brain actually focus for a second as you just start looking at the dials and the things and just piecing together what you've seen so far. And like remember, pulling the lever down in the security office, disengage it and engage the quarantine. All of these are currently set to an off position. The dials seem to represent like how much of something is going through. So this is all about channeling energy somewhere, the same energy we reactivated when we restarted the reactor. Okay, I think I know how this thing works. The DC was 15.
Hooray! I'm assuming I can't do anything with that now.
You basically spent your turn just figuring out how the hell the thing works.
Okay.
All right. Skaz, it is to you.
Okay, Gas is gonna move his 30 feet and is gonna hold his action and will Eldritch Blast any Eldritch horror that pops up, but apparently it doesn't, so
All right.
I'm gonna waste my action.
All right. So you're just holding your action to be on defense. Okay. And with that, we are back to the summit. And it is the mass's turn. It will surge forward and use a full dash to get to about there. It is very much moving quickly. Like Fabian, you can hear it coming as it comes surging down the hallway. Skaga. So, it is top of the round. The timer is now 2 of 4. The elevator is coming down more and more and more.
So it's a central pillar. Does it go flush with the floor above that it leads to?
Think of it like this.
Or is
There's
there
basically basically a perfectly circular hole in the floor of the elevator room at the top of the tower that this thing just slots very neatly into.
Okay.
Because the
Oh, so
Orions
it's like-
love their safety hazards.
Oh, so it's like the barrel from Sonic 3, where it's just a perfect cylinder and a perfect cylinder tube going up to a cylinder hole.
I have not
No
played
idea.
that game.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I can see that I could stick an arrow into?
I mean, there are some like decorative grooves along like the shaft of the pillar. If you were an obnoxiously good shot, there's a chance you could maybe get an arrow lodged in there, but that would be one hell of a high DC. Like, you can try, but success is,
Well, since it's about halfway down, I will just squat and kind of do the handcuffing thing and be like, brother, let's get on before it gets here so that we can maybe force it to go up sooner.
I'm giggling a little bit about Skaga wanting to give me
It's that,
a push.
you know, hoist boost.
Yeah.
all right, well.
Aren't they?
all
Look,
right,
my jump distance is like 10 feet. I am very weak.
Well, at any rate. So, is there anything else you're doing on your turn, or is that it? You're just kind of waiting?
I'm kind of waiting.
Okay.
I have ideas, but it sounds like I would have to wait for us all to be on our way back down to do them.
Well then, back to the summit, as it is now Gijo's turn. Gijo, my man, you are studying the machine?
I think I am studying the machine. Yes.
All right.
I-
Intelligence
Maybe I could
check.
call- Actually, how far apart are we? Nearly 100 feet. That's large enough to shout, right?
You could probably shout at each other, though whether or not you have time for an in-depth conversation about the mechanics of alien technology, that's a bit more
True.
iffy.
True.
Well, yes, but, like, if you didn't have, the thing coming after you.
Certain death, yeah, that is a problem. All right, well then I guess I'm just gonna have to try and figure out the lever thing myself.
All right, roll it. Intelligence check. Good luck.
Intelligence check. So the not saving throw or
Just a check. Just an intelligence
Just
check.
click on intelligence.
Saving throw is to
Click on it.
resist things. You're just employing the skill, the abilities.
Alright.
Don't
This
you
one.
get advantage on this? Well,
Oh
probably
yeah,
not.
Krauven intelligence. You would
Yeah.
get advantage. You come up short though, just shy. So as you're looking the thing over, sort of, you're still kind of distracted by your injuries from earlier and the pain you're in, and just like you're getting exhausted. So while you're starting to sort of piece it together, you don't quite clock it this turn. So like you're starting to get it, but you can't do anything for now. Fabian,
well, wait, I still have movement.
true. If
gonna
you
move.
want to use it to move away from the thing you're studying.
Yeah, mostly he was just trying to get one pass, and he's just like, dang it, I have no idea what I'm looking at here. And he runs here. That's 30 feet, right? That was 30.
Yep.
That's 25. That's 30.
Yep. So you kind of go
Alright.
running up
And-
those steps.
And he is just like, Fabian, Fabian,
Yeah.
trying to get his attention. He's like, I have no idea what these things are. What are we gonna do?
Oh, I already figured it out. Speaking
And
of
on that
Fabian's
point,
gonna start
Fabian, it's your
pushing
turn.
all the buttons to turn this on.
All right, that will be that's gonna take your action to do. So Fabian,
That is
you
fine.
start fiddling with the levers and buttons, pushing and pulling, and after a few seconds, the a channeling current of energy starts flowing through the floor and moving its way up to the apparatus around the central brazier. So, I'm not going to
Nice.
necessitate a roll for this since you figured it out with that DC. It would have been it would also just be an intelligence check with a higher DC to just do it without studying it. But since you figured it out, you work your hands and manage to turn it on, and the conduit of energy lights up. And Gijo, from where you're standing, you see the blue sort of inlay spark and light up, and there's just this little, quiet little, almost like a small belch of flame from the bottom of the brazier. And even from here, like, whoo, even just that tiny little puff was hot.
All right, now.
Oh, I should probably reveal the other things you can see from where you are, Fabian, shouldn't I?
Yes.
3 more messes.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So I'm then gonna use cunning action to take the dash action
All right.
to go that way, and I can still move another 15 feet. So if you could kindly.
Right, so you go sprinting forward, sort of shift around the corner.
Do like one of those little like skidding stop turns.
Yeah, you're full booking it, so you kind of like teeter on one foot for a second as you look down and you see a third of the devices.
Cool.
All right, that is your turn.
That is my turn.
Skaz, you're up. Let's get back to that map.
Right. I'm gonna look for a way to get onto the platform earlier.
It's about halfway
Just,
down at this point.
Yeah.
So it's about
Even-
100. So it's like if we're assuming that the whole thing is about like 200 or so feet high before you reach like the bottom of the floor of the summit. Yeah, it's about like I'd say like about 110 feet up from where you are right now.
Even if I could climb really fast, this thing would descend faster than I could ascend it. So,
It'd be a fun time to have Misty Step, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It was torn
But I'm
between
only level
jump
2.
and long strider.
I'm only level 2, so no misty steps. Yeah. This thing here, what is this?
The red squiggle is the lever. It's just a marker for where the lever is.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna move up to the lever.
All right. Like the elevator's
So
already descending, so pulling that won't help you right now.
I know, just I want to be in place for
Fair enough, fair enough.
when it comes down.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else you're doing?
Can't really do anything.
All right. Well, and in that case, we go back to the summit, and it is the mass's turn. So, the mass, growing increasingly agitated. Once again, it is going to sort of dash, but so so 15, 45 feet to get to about there. Gijo, your line of sight with the activated of the mechanisms is now cut off as you see the mass come surging into view, and it's like you're kind of peeking around to sort of hear it. So, I guess you wouldn't have line of sight with the steps in front of you, because like each grid on those steps ascending up to the central platform there is a full 5 feet. So, so like this central platform was like 20 feet higher than everything else.
And I assume now it's partially lit up too at the.
Yeah.
Like I
It's,
said,
it is partially illuminated.
If I understand it, at the top it does taper off, but then it goes into like a dish at the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's basically just a really deep brazier is what this central thing is. I didn't have the resources to properly represent that, but it's a really deep brazier.
All right. I know how those work. I own one. So,
Just a big old bowl.
well, I can't do anything right now. It's the mass is the one who's moving along.
Indeed. Ah, hang on a second. I can do a thing.
Ooh. Ooh.
Brazil.
Thank you, Roll20 search options. That is very handy.
Oh, now it's perfectly centered. Yes.
Yep. All right. So now we have that. It does not have the correct lighting, but you know what? Ah, shit, it's no longer perfectly centered. I'm trying to give it the right lighting. Close enough. Whatever.
Just make
Okay.
it bigger.
There we go. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So, the mass makes its move. It gets to about there. All right. Top of the round.
I will interrupt to say something I just realized and I think is really funny.
What?
I'm pretty sure it would be impossible for the mass to actually catch Fabian. I don't think you could actually reach him.
Probably not. No. You're fast. The whole idea is that the thing is something that you have a hard time outmaneuvering, but you can outrun it if you manage to. Straight up, the first time it appeared, I actually had to buff its speed because I realized it would never catch you otherwise.
Fabian is literally freaking. He's Ezio Auditorying his way out of the situation.
I mean, that's what rogues do. They run quick. Skaga, it's your go. The elevator is about 50 feet up at this point. I'm figuring each round is about 50 feet it moves.
If the arrow thing is not likely, then I will just wait.
All right. All right, so you get yourself there next to Skaz and brace to scramble up. Gijo, it is to you.
Oh, all right. Well, how hot does the brazier feel? Can I feel heat, or I know I'm seeing light?
It only released like a single small belch and like cough of flame, but even that felt really, really hot.
All right. And that was just standing where I was. Damn.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and give this to you because krauven, avian intelligence, you very quickly sort of put it together in your head. If you could feel how hot that was just from that small little puff, imagine how hot it must be when it's going at full blast. Imagine how much the mass would not care for that.
Yeah.
Since you know it does not like fire.
Yeah, the issue more so is getting it in the room is what I'm. Yeah, okay, jeez, I don't want to metagame too much here with what I'm thinking and what the character's thinking. Let's see. Well, yes, definitely would feel hot. All right. Okay, let's see. Well, movement. Okay, and that is. Oh, I would be close. All right, he's gonna move here, and is this the top technically,
Yeah,
or is
that
this
is
the
that
top?
is that is the top.
All right.
I
Be
just
really
put the
close.
brazier there to better represent the dip down.
All right, and from there, if I'm remembering, yeah, okay, perfect. All right. He's just gonna. Okay, he's gonna move there, and then pulling out his crossbow, he's going to attack the lovely mass. 45 feet. I think that's within the minimum. Let me check the thing here again. Oh yeah. The min range is before it gets min range is 80.
Yeah, it's like you can shoot up to 80 with no penalty, and then up to the second number with disadvantage, and then anything past that is just
the second number is 320. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna get up on that section and he's gonna shout out, "Fabian, whatever you're doing, keep doing it!" And then he's going to shoot the mass.
All right.
Yeah, because of course I'm gonna stop running and trading buttons.
And here we go. Oh.
11 does not hit. You fire off the shot, and the mass sort of ducks its head. And it is going to give you a glare.
If I yell, "You better not miss this," can that count as the help action?
No. If you were a bard with bardic inspiration, I would let it count as that, but you are not, and it is not.
If you were a mastermind rogue, you could do that.
But you are not, so it is not.
And at the miss, he just gonna go, damn it! And he just looks at his crossbow. Why don't you ever hit? I have not hit a single crossbow bolt this entire game.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's what happens when you fight a thing with an 18 armor class.
Yeah, at level 2.
Level 2.
Yeah, you are very out of your depth here. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, this thing has 210 hit points.
Left or to start?
To start.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing pretty good then.
But also, don't forget, it does seem to stitch itself back together.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and it heals itself every round.
Oh no. Oh no.
And
Alright, well,
it takes half damage from non-magical weapons. So the thing is not
Alright,
meant to be
well,
a fair fight. Your
am
only
I still
advantage is you
on
can
the-
outrun it.
Am I still on the edge if I move here?
You're teetering extremely precariously, and it would only take like a stiff fart to knock you over the edge onto the ground below, which is a 20 feet fall.
Alright, I forget. With movement, can you move partially, attack, and then move the rest? Or is it once you move, you can't move no more after you use your action?
As I understand, it's like as long as you haven't moved your full movement speed, you can still move even after you've done things, unless something is stopping you.
Alright, well then
So
he's
you
just
still
gonna
have
move
some
to the-
movement left.
Alright, yeah, I was here, and I moved here, so got 20. Yeah, he's just gonna move there.
All right.
Bada boom.
So you go ahead and make a book down. That is your go. Fabian, you're up.
So, I'm exactly 30 feet away from this, so I'm gonna run to that,
All right.
and then he's gonna. Do I have to re-roll to look at the thing, or is it similar enough?
It's similar enough that you can start
Okay.
working with it. So go ahead and it'll take your action, but you can do it. So
Yep.
Fabian coming in clutch at the end. So Fabian, you start doing your thing, turning the levers, pushing the buttons. Once you've pushed all the things and set it into motion, another inlay of energy, another conduit reaches the central brazier, and it puffs out a little bit more flame. And and Gijo, it's a good thing you moved, or that would have hurt. So, but with that in mind, that is, oh wait, right, you have cunning action, so you can still do something, Fabian, if you want.
Oh yeah.
You've used your movement to
Move
get there, an
another 30
action to
feet.
use it, so, okay, cunning action, you move another 30 feet, you're just booking it. Alright.
There we go.
Alrighty. It is now to Skaz.
It's still a
Just
way
waiting.
up. I'm. Doesn't even work if I hold my action to jump on this and yank the lever. Since
I'll tell you what, if you make a successful dexterity check, I'll let you do that and shave off one from the turn timer.
Right. I take that. Where's my character sheet? Why is my character sheet gone again? Dexterity.
14.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. I'll allow that.
Yay.
So I'll let you go ahead and do that because I don't want you guys to completely miss the final boss. So
We
you
did
pull.
the first half of it.
You did the first half. Like I feel so bad that you're missing out on like the thing, but I
Okay.
can't be held responsible for this bit. This was your own plan.
Absolutely not. Yeah, it's
All the division of labor.
I'm sorry.
To
Anyway,
be fair,
We've
You
set
did
up
just
the
kinda-
escape route.
Peter just kind of went with it the second he could.
Yeah, I thought the thing was literally the plan was one group was going to provide distraction and the other group was going to
Yeah.
try lighting the fire.
Showed his true colors.
so yeah, you
I
kind of jumped to the
got
gun a
my
little bit.
I think on my end there was no plan for it to be a team, just me, so that if we got caught,
Only
we'd
one of
only
you
lose
died.
one person. Yeah.
Because you were prepared again to be the sacrifice. That seems to be a recurring theme with you. First Tuki, now Skaga.
Why won't you let me die?
Tuki
It's
wasn't
like-
trying to die. She
like
just didn't like holding still.
Look, if Skaja
Hey,
was a
hey,
video
Tuki was the
game-
one who did not even hesitate to impale her own hand on a spike, okay? And now I
If
kind of
Ska-
have to post that adventure so the audience can get context, don't I?
No, it's funnier if you don't.
I mean,
I suppose that's
wasn't
true.
the ceiling coming down on us? It's not like we had a ton of options for.
Yeah, no, it's like I
figuring
told
it
you.
out
Yeah, it's like
first.
I told you. You got 3 rounds before I kill you. But anyway, so
If there was
all right.
if there was a video game that described her characters too well, it'd be Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Heroic sacrifice, heroic sacrifice, heroic sacrifice. The video game.
All right. So, with that, I'm just gonna start counting down the timer from where it is instead of counting up. So you saved a bit of time on that, but I digress. It is now back to the mass's turn. So the mass, it doesn't care for you right now, Gijo. So it is going to use a free action to deactivate the mechanism Fabian activated behind it.
What?
Did you really think it wasn't going to? It's clearly intelligent.
I knew it was going to. I
So,
knew that was going to happen.
so Gijo, like you hear some, and the light in the room you're in dims just slightly as some of the conduits deactivate, and it just sort of dawns on you, oh shit, this thing can turn them off. And then it is going to just full dash and get right up in your business. It is a terrifying sight as you just see it surging forward. Just jumps over the bull, lands in front of you, and just gurgles menacingly. All right, so it is now looming in front of you. Its teeth are chattering in excitement. It seems like it is eager to finish what it started with you before.
All right.
You were supposed to be breakfast, but you got away because it got hit by radiation that it didn't like. But top of the round, Skaga, you're up. The elevator is now ascending because I'm assuming you flipped the lever the second you scrabbled up.
Yep.
All right.
Now
so,
your second breakfast.
So you're about halfway up as it starts to ascend. Your stomach sort of drops out from under you as it starts picking up speed. So you're about 100 feet away from the hole in the roof at this point, rising 50 feet around.
All right. I'm also going to. So with the bear trap still tied to the rope, I'm going to kind of coil that so I can strap it over one shoulder, have it ready to go, and I will get my bow ready, I guess.
All right. All right, so bow out. Weird bear trap rope thing prepared. Gijo, it is your turn. The thing is right in your face. What do you do?
Aside from probably piss myself.
Can you, like, push it forward a couple tiles?
It's a very large amorphous mass. I don't know. Can I DM?
I mean, shove is an action.
You just got to beat its strength.
Yeah, it's an
Okay,
opposed. It's an opposed strength check. You roll strength.
Uh,
It rolls strength. Whoever rolls higher is successful.
This thing probably has
I mean, only if you want to do that. Like,
Like, it's risky. And don't forget, its attacks have a 10-foot range, so even if you do that and then book it, you'll still be within attack of opportunity range.
Yeah,
You remember
but isn't
its
that
reach,
brazier-
so.
Isn't that brazier slightly lit up though?
It's not so much that it's lit up, so much as it let out a few coughs of flame with each apparatus that was activated. Like, you know, kind of like starting to rev up an engine, but you haven't quite got there yet. Like it let out a few little pops, but it's not. There's no sustained flame yet.
Why do I have to
activate
use
the next thing next turn.
I know you can.
I know,
Okay.
just letting you know that.
All right. Fuck it. I'm gonna try shoving it.
All right. Make a strength check for me.
No! It's gonna be terrible. That's not gonna work.
Indeed. So, seeing this thing, you sort of you growl deep in your throat, the sort of low avian hissing sound, and try to like shoulder check it, and you very quickly realize this was a mistake. Your shoulders just kind of splats into it, and you feel the sizzling of it, sort of a corrosive, digestive body already biting into your skin, and you quickly pull back before it has a chance to really get a hold of you. So that was your action.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to do an action surge.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
Okay, I will allow that. Do you want to use an action to
And-
disengage and run?
I would like... Would it be a different check if I were to try and, since I'm already partially connected to the creature, just drag it backwards into the pit?
I mean, for
Would
one
that be
thing,
the same
you'd,
thing?
I mean, you'd have to be oriented for that. It's taking up the entire width of the stairs, so you can't really climb. Well, you can't really get around it right now. Remember, like, this is an elevated platform. Where you are right now, you're about, like, 10 feet up, and, like, the mass is currently occupying the next 10 feet of ascension to the summit, so you can't
Alright.
really get around it. Like, it's not the best portrayed here, but this is not a flat space.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna let Lady Luck decide. I'd like to try to shove again.
Okay. Another strength check. Almost. You shoulder check it a second time, like one of its tendrils kind of like comes down. You manage to duck to the side and try to shove it again, hoping that maybe it's off balance after that. No success. It stands its ground.
Well, attack of opportunity only happens when you move outside of its range, correct?
Correct.
Alright, so as long as I don't move more than 10 feet from it, it technically is not an attack of opportunity.
Correct. That is my understanding of the rules, yes.
I'm gonna take my licks. I'm gonna see. He's just gonna basically, after 2 failed attempts with the adrenaline burst, he's just gonna brace himself.
All right, you're holding fast. All
Hey,
right.
Joe, if my suggestion killed you, I am sorry.
Alright.
All right. Fabian, you're up.
Dash action. We're gonna use the bonus action, cunning action, to immediately take the dash action, run over here, use the normal action to turn the thing on.
All right. So you run over there, do the thing. Another sort of burst of flame comes out of the brazier as two things activate. And Fabian, if you could do me a favor and roll me 2d10.
Yep. I think I can do that.
All right.
Wow, that
so
was bad.
it's better than nothing, as the mass takes 12 points of fire damage from the sort of belch of flame that comes out of the brazier right behind it, drawing an enraged, shrieking, burbling roar from it.
All right, and then I use the rest of my movement to run right here.
All right. So it is now Tuskaz's turn.
Well,
Is
Skaz
there any
is gonna-
preparations you wish to
Elevator
make or
music
anything
playing.
else? Just clung, clung,
Um,
clung, 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 clung.
It's only 2 of 4, so we still have full rounds to go before we arrive at the top.
Yeah, like top of the round, you'll be 50 feet away. So
Yeah. Skaz is gonna renew. Blah 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 blah. Where is it? Damn it. Fiendish vigor, right. So false life again. I hope I roll a little higher.
okay.
Nope. The temporary hit points stay the same.
All right. Is there anything else you wish to do, or are you just waiting?
That's it. I'm waiting.
All right. Back up to the summit. It is the masses go. It is not happy that it just got hit in the back with a burst of fire. So what it is going to do is it is going to make an attack roll against you, Gijo.
No! This is gonna end horribly!
Who could
That is
have
a
seen
26
this
to
coming?
hit.
20 to hit, that hit. I
Yeah,
have a
that is
17.
26 to hit, and you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage, bringing you down to 4.
Lovely!
And, of course, I need you to make the Dex saving throw, DC 13, as its tendrils lash out and smash into your chest, and you feel hollow bones popping. You are not successful. It gets a hold of you. You are grappled. All right. So, that is the end of the mass's turn. Actually, hold on. No, it still has movement. It has you grappled. It is now going to use its movement action to
Hang on.
come down here.
It's currently engaged in a grapple, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
Doesn't that bring both down to 0?
Let me
No,
double
it's
check.
not restrained.
Let me double check the rules on grappled. I might be misrepresenting something here. Grappled. Okay. A grappled creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. So Gijo's speed is 0. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. See that condition. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect, such as when a creature is hurled away by the Thunderwave spell. Okay, so just Gijo's movement is 0, so not the mass. So the mass does still move. It takes Gijo with it, just sort of carrying you up in the air. Its tendrils like coiling around, crushing bones, burning into your skin, and it will use its free action to deactivate the device that Fabian just activated.
Action.
What was that?
Well, we used an action to activate it. Jeez.
Yeah, but this thing is more familiar with the device than you are.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah. So, Gijo, it is your turn. I would like you to make a DC 14 check to escape the grapple. That is what again?
Strength.
Strength. DC 14 strength.
You can do that with
There's a skill
strength
you
or
can use, right?
dexterity.
Strength or dexterity.
Yeah, with dexterity or acrobatics, I believe.
Well, my
I will
acrobatics is
let
pretty
let
high.
you use whichever is highest for you. So,
All right, let's try.
15.
Nice.
That manages. So, like, as you're being sort of hefted up into the air, you sort of twist and turn, and then sort of, like you have like a melee weapon, right?
Yes, I
And
do
it's like
have
a
a short sword.
You sort of pull out your short sword after a quick twist and bring it around in this sort of horizontal swipe that severs some of the tendrils and lets you drop back down to the ground. So that did take your action. They still have a movement and a bonus.
Oh, let's see here. All right, well, for a bonus, I'm going to use this. Second wind.
Second wind.
Very
1d10 plus
good.
your fighter level. So 1d10 plus 2.
Yeah, all right. 1d10.
Oh,
5.
no!
Not a lot. So you're up to 9 hit points. It's better than nothing. It is, in theory, survivable.
Theory. Theory went out the window. This thing is not following science. And that's the bonus, and I already used them. Jeez. I'm not gonna move. Well, I guess if I don't move out of its technical attack of distance, I'm just gonna make it where I move back just a half step, not out of its range.
5-foot step, forcing it to essentially pick its target. Speaking of which, Fabian, it's your go. You sort of see around to see this thing basically come surging into the space behind you, drawing a panicking squeak out of you. You see its tendrils quickly undoing everything you just did on the device, and you also see Gijo suspended in the air before he turns and cuts himself free and back steps. You have about 10 feet between you and the source of all of your terror.
I'd like to. Can I somehow just? Would you allow me to distract the creature to give him a disadvantage on attacking him?
Depends on what you want to do. I'll let you try it as a bonus action, though.
Oh, but I already used the bonus action. That's why for the second
True.
wind.
Okay, then. All right, then no, not this round.
All right. Alrighty.
I do not care about potentially being hit. I will not disengage. I'm going to do normal movement right there.
All right, it gets an attack of opportunity on you. So it will try to hit you with Ensnare. That is a 26 to hit again. And again,
Wait, we're rolling
16
highs.
points of damage. So,
much damage?
Fabian, so as you go to run away from this thing, tendrils lash out, smash into your back. You feel bones breaking, blood flies out of your mouth. It is agony. And I need you to make that dex saving throw.
What is the DC on that again?
DC 13.
Oh.
Okay, nope. So you don't go anywhere. You try to book it, and it just grabs you.
Disengaged. Oh man.
So you are held. Your turn ends. All right. I'm gonna hold off on the acid damage that would normally come with ending your turn while grappled by the thing because that just happened. Tiny act of mercy. I don't believe there's basically anything else you can do in your current condition. Well, actually, no. You only used your movement. You can still make a. Yeah, you can still make an action to try and break out.
Yeah. So.
Okay, you can try.
Do I just re-roll that again?
It's like Dex or acrobatics. So so if your Dex save is higher than your acrobatics.
Oh. Okay.
Nope, you're still held.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this
So-
just went to shit very quick.
Yep. This is kind of why having all four of you was the hope.
Oh.
All right.
Loaf left the building long ago.
All right, Skaz, you're just waiting.
Well, they're just hearing these pain
Yeah,
screams.
I'm just preparing to blast whatever I see when I come up.
Fair enough. All right. It is to the mass's
physically-
turn. So the mass has Fabian, and the mass has Gijo. Or not Gijo. It doesn't have Gijo, but Gijo is in range.
Oh no.
Fabian, you are
Yeah.
held by the mass. And it is going to attempt to engulf you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Is it too late to call it BS on running across the hot thing in the middle?
It kind of jumped over it after deactivating one of the things, so it was only one up.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like full sprinting. Okay, you managed to not be engulfed. Like you see its inner body like opening up like Cell's tail. And you're like, nope, and you manage to squirm and struggle just enough to not be swallowed whole. It's horrible though. You see
channels his spirit animal. The worm.
you see wriggling teeth and little digits just wriggling around in that inner mass. It would not be pleasant to be in there. The mass is annoyed by this. But it is going to hold position for the time being because it's basically just camping one of the devices and it is trying to eat you, so. Because you know how to deactivate these things. That means the mass has identified you as the biggest threat. But regardless, top of the round, you're only 50 feet away from getting to the battlefield finally, kobolds.
Okay.
The 50 or 25?
waiting.
Because it's 1 out of 4.
50. Every round they move 50 feet, and it's 200 feet up.
Gee.
So they're still about
Uh,
50 feet away from the top.
Is there anything in the next room that I could speed this up with a little bit with the rope?
Not that you can really see from here. Like, looking up, it just looks like a receiving room for the elevator. Like, you could maybe throw or shoot your rope up and climb to maybe see if you could trim down some of the duration, but...
Oh, that's what I mean, but if there's nowhere for it to catch, because I don't have a grappling hook.
You have a bear
Even
trap.
if you
I do.
Even if you had a grappling hook, you can't climb 50 feet around. So
Yeah, so...
Alright, so yeah, I guess I'll just continue waiting.
All right.
Yeah.
Back to the summit. Gijo, what are you doing, my bird?
Oh, that's the issue. What am I freaking doing? I am gone over everything here. Okay.
Well, hold on a second, because I actually have to be right back. I need to hit the restroom. It's getting real bad, you guys.
All right, that's fine. Good. More time for me to think.
Maybe I should have taken the disengage action.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, the last time on the second session, I did that as well. I was just like, I can tank it, and then it downed me in one fucking hit. Yeah. This thing is just a beast. Alright, well, I have one last potion of healing on myself. I'm probably going to use that. And I'm probably going to try
back.
and free.
I'm back with
Yeah.
a snack.
Cool. Alright, I know what I'm going to do.
All right.
Probably the
what
only
you
thing I
doing?
can do. I'm going to drink the last potion of healing that I have as a bonus action.
Oh, 2d4 plus 2.
Hey, well then, this turns out to be a good thing that I healed you earlier, so that you could
Yeah.
still have one.
Yeah. 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2.
You're up to
6,
15
so
hit points.
better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just remove that from my inventory so it's out of sight, out of mind. I am going to... Alright. He's grappled by a tendril, correct?
Yes.
Fabian is? Alright.
Mhm.
I would like to try and shoot that tendril to free him.
what?
Okay.
Do I just a regular attack roll?
Sure.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the answer. Yes?
I said
No?
sure. Go for
Oh,
it.
you said sure. Alright, so it's not, all I heard was roar. Okay.
Apologies.
All right,
I'm
here we
chewing
go.
a really thick peanut butter granola bar.
Oh.
May I?
yeah.
May I?
Yeah. Hmm?
May I do a quick back in time thing? I wanted to leave the bedroll that I took at the base of the pillar.
Okay. You can just throw it down even if.
I mean, it'll be up there by the time it's my turn again.
At the base of the pillar. You mean like at the base of the elevator?
Yeah. Something soft to land on. I'll even put my own with it.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how much some blankets will drop a fall from will soften a fall from 200 feet, but you can do that if you want. I'll allow it.
I'm not
Better
planning
than
on
fall.
dropping from the very top.
I mean, it's kind of like, saying, instead of falling 100 feet under the gym floor, I'm going to fall 100 feet onto one of those gym mats. Yes.
It's not the fall that hurts you, it's the sudden stop.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. It might soften the blow a bit, but no. But yeah, you can do that. Okay.
Jump off when it's still.
All right. Well then, Gijo, your attack roll, if you please.
All right, here we go. Please, for the love of God.
Its armor class is 18.
Fuck!
So you fire off that shot, and you miss one of the tendrils that's sort of holding and manipulating Fabian. It doesn't help that the mass is between you and Fabian, so...
I guess that's all I can do. Oh well.
All right.
I literally only have movement, and movement is a bad idea at this point.
I mean, you do still have action disengage. You could have done. But I digress.
Well, could have, but I've already shot, so it's moot
Yeah,
at this
so
point.
it's moot at this point. Fabian,
Yeah.
go ahead and make for me one last attempt to break free with a dex saving throw or acrobatics check, your pick. DC 14, you got it. Okay, you managed to get free of its grapple. You drop to the ground. You are in very bad shape. You're pretty sure it burst a couple of maybe not immediately fatal vital organs, but you're definitely bleeding on the inside, and it is bad. You're dizzy, you're in agony, it's horrible. But you're alive and you're free. It took your action to do that, but you still have movement and bonus.
This is an awkward position to be in.
I suppose rogues can use disengage as a bonus action.
They can.
Oh.
But it can still just reach me easily.
Well,
What is your
That is
armor
cool.
class? 14?
Yeah.
That being said, if you move and it decides to chase you, it has to move too.
Yeah, which is...
and you have the best movement speed out of everybody here.
And it'll get off of the control panel that it's currently camping. Upon which note, I'm going to go ahead and drop in some text around just to indicate where the things are on versus where they're off. X means off, a V will mean on. Basically check marks.
Sorry, I am
Okay. Yep.
still thinking. See, if I knew that its attack would also automatically grab me, I would have disengaged.
You did know that, though. You've known that a while. It attacked you first.
Fabian knew, but doesn't mean the player knew.
I'll tell you what, because that is a thing Fabian should be conscientious of, I'll allow you one time as a courtesy to still have an action this round.
Oh, well, then that's easy. I'm just going to disengage.
All right.
Okay.
Book it, little man. Book it.
And then
We'll
book
call it an adrenaline rush.
We're gonna
Yay.
book it.
Don't forget, you can't phase through solid matter.
True.
Yeah, it would be like
Not yet.
it would be like right there, and then like right there. Like you can move diagonally if nothing is in your way, but you have walls in your way, my guy.
True. So we're just gonna book.
Booking it. your one-time courtesy. You don't get another one of those.
All right.
He just like, yeah, he got away. Oh shit, he got away.
All right. Skaz, is there anything you want to do, or you're just waiting?
There's nothing I can do, so
All right,
I'm
to the mass,
still
then.
holding my action.
All right, it is to the mass. The mass has 2 options. So I'm going to roll 1d2. It is decided that because Fabian has demonstrated that he knows how to activate these devices, that he's the bigger thing to deal with right now. So it is going to full dash and get to about here, just chasing you. Luckily, Gijo, that does mean it's no longer on you.
Yeah, true.
Nico, try to figure the things out, please.
I'll be
All right.
that hard.
I hope Fabian has at least. I mean, he hasn't. He doesn't. I hope he has some healing on him.
Well,
Nico's
regardless.
not.
Oh, no.
Well, regardless, it is now the top of the round. Skaga and Skaz, you are now on the battlefield.
Reinforcements.
Yep. So I'll just park you 2 right there. You are now part of the final battle.
Okay.
Took you a while, but here you be.
And the monster's right around the corner. Oh no.
Yeah, like you come up and like you hear Fabian's panicked gasps and shouting, and you hear the mass just surging, just.
Certainly looks different than I expected, but okay.
Okay. Well, I've got the bow ready, so I will get here, hearing shrieking, and I will just have it ready to shoot as it goes by.
All right. All right, that's your
That
go.
might not be a good idea. Actually,
Oh.
never mind. I'm gonna dash to get on the other side.
All right. Great.
Can Fabian say something as Skaga runs in front of him?
You may. You could, like you 2 have a brief moment where you can trade words for like a couple seconds.
It's right behind me.
I guess when I get behind the wall, then I'm going to light one of my torches.
All right, you got a torchlight.
That is
All right, Gijo, you're up, my boy.
Well, Gijo is grateful that the creature has gone, but realizes, okay, still got that second wind going through his gut. He's gonna move next to the pillar and try and figure this thing out again.
Okay, you can try to figure it out with, or you can try to speed things up by just brute forcing it. Brute forcing it will activate it this turn if you succeed, but it will have a higher DC. If you choose to just try to study it to figure it out, it won't activate this turn, but because you've already tried once and krauven have sharp minds, I'll give you advantage and a lower DC.
All right, so I'm just going to try and figure it out. I'm not going to try to brute
right.
force it.
Okay, intelligence check, advantage, DC is lower than before.
All right, here we go.
21.
Oh,
I'm
Good
so
thing for that
glad.
advantage, huh?
Yeah, holy shit. Night and day.
you
Alrighty.
destroyed the panel. The game is lost.
All right, so you look the machine over, and after a second, you're like, okay, I think I'm starting to figure this thing out. I think I'm getting it. It's just like that second wind making your eyes sort of sharpen, like you actually pay a bit more attention to it. Because like you were just like expecting like a lever, flip it, and then it was like 3 levers, a dial, and like other things. It's like there's a bit more than a bargain for. But now that you're actually focusing on it and know what you're looking at, I was like, okay, I think I got it. Fabian.
Can I hold out the torch like baton pass in track and field to Fabian if he runs by?
You would have to be right there, but I would allow it.
Sure.
I'll allow you to.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It'll be up to Fabian if he wants to grab it.
Sure. Will that cost anything, or is that like a free action?
It'll be a free action. Usual interactions like that are like a single free action like that. Anything other than that would become a bonus action.
In that case, so we're gonna run at this angle. 30 feet end again. Right there. So we're gonna run at that angle.
You know,
to
as a
grab the-
reminder, as you are dragging your token around, you can press right-click, and it will give you a measurement of how far you have traveled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
helpful.
If I do that, it moves the map.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Doesn't do that with me. Oh, that's if you hold it. If you just tap it.
Yeah.
So now we're taking the dash action.
Okay. It's like the tool you have to have
35.
selected is like the arrow, the select. But I
We're
digress.
all the way right there.
Okay.
So it's 25. Which brings me right there.
Just shy. So that'll activate next turn.
Okay.
All right, Skaz, my little warlock buddy, it is your go.
Oh yeah, he's also gonna go.
So,
As he grabs the torch and runs.
this is 30. I'm. Nah, I don't have my.
Could just hold an Eldritch Blast or something.
I could.
The reason I crossed the hall instead of doing that with the bow is I didn't want to lure it into a box with no exit
Fair,
besides down.
Yeah.
fair, valid.
Actually, I am gonna prepare the dodge action, and because it might come after me because of previous encounters.
Okay.
I don't think I will be able to really do it much damage with
Fair enough.
my Eldritch Blast.
All right, so you are now taking the dodge action. Attacks against you will be made with disadvantage, and you will have advantage on dexterity saving throws until the start of your next turn.
Correct.
It
So
is
it's
to the mass. It is going to get to about here. Let's see here. It's just going to take a swipe at you, Skaga, as it's passing.
Okay.
All right. That is a 26 to hit, but you only take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. It rolled really bad on its damage. As it comes by, just sort of gets you right in the chest, and you feel like your scales cracking and your bones disaligning. A agonized gasp leaves you. I need that dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
You're a ranger. You should be good at these. 13. That just succeeds.
It does. Okay.
Yeah.
That was-
So it hits you in the chest, and it hurts. You are definitely sporting some broken ribs, but otherwise you are okay for the moment. And now it is your turn.
Oh, it's stopping here? Fantastic.
It used its full movement to get there, and then it sort of debated what to do, whether or not to keep chasing Fabian or to just take a pot shot at you. It decided to take a pot shot at you because you annoyed it earlier. And, I mean, you're right there. Might as well.
Get out of here, Skaga!
Yeah, I will disengage and...
All right.
Let's just back up.
All right.
no.
What?
She
Wait.
doesn't know.
Oh no! Oh no!
All right. Gijo, you're up.
Push the button.
Fabian, because you and Fabian are basically sharing a spot in the turn order, I'll let you both do this at the same time if you want to just move Fabian 5 feet and both activate the thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I see Skaga or am I roll to see if it's here?
I'll make a perception check for me, actually.
I mean, I'm probably coughing up blood from my broken rib cage.
Probably. So you
Alright.
can make a perception check with
Left
advantage,
along.
Gijo.
All right.
13? Yeah, I'll allow it. You don't necessarily
Right.
see her well, but you can kind of vaguely make out her silhouette sort of hunched over by the brazier, and you immediately clock, she doesn't know. She doesn't know what that thing is.
Yeah. I guess I'd like to use if I have to shout or whatever, you would just shout at her. Kobold, get away from that! It's fire!
All right, Skaga, you received that warning.
All right.
There's nothing.
I just
Uh,
push the button. Push the button.
I don't want
Push
to
the
kill
button.
her.
Push the button.
Because you gave her that warning, I'll give her advantage on a dex save to avoid getting hit by the fire.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna activate the thing then.
All right, so
All right. Go for it.
all right, so
She-
you activate the device. Skaga, you sort of like you hear the warning, you glance down into the braziers, you see these flames starting to sputter out. Your eyes sort of fly wide. Oh shit! It's like your immediate thought process, just a draconic curse of profanity. And yeah, go ahead and make for me that dexterity saving throw.
It's already baked.
I just
Nine-
made it.
19. Nice. Okay, so sort of recognizing what's about to happen and knowing that your draconic affinity for fire probably won't save you from what's about to come out of there, because you're saved from like campfires. You're not protected from rocket fuel. You know, so you quickly like dive bomb out of the way and like land down here, sort of coming to a pained roll. All right, so Gijo, that was your action to activate your side of things.
Yes.
You still have
let's
movement.
see. I still have movement. Oh damn. Let's see here. What do I have? Oh no. Well, at least I know how to do that thing, and I guess I'm just gonna move. Yeah, right here, middle of the stairs.
All right.
The furnace.
All right.
Halfway up. I'm probably feeling a bit of heat, but you know.
A little bit. Not enough to
Yeah,
hurt you
all
at the
right.
moment, but you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Fabian, it's to you. Do you activate the lighthouse?
Yes.
Alrighty. All right, so you
What-
quickly
what
activate
kind
the
of question
device.
Is that?
I mean, there are other tactical things you could do, but if this is what you want. So, you quickly pull the mechanisms, and the conduits all light up, the energy gathers. As this gout of flame erupts.
Nice.
I'm so happy with that effect.
Very
So,
cool.
so yeah, Gijo and Skaga, you are close enough to like feel the heat wave, and oh yeah, if you were any closer to that, you probably would have just been incinerated. It is big, it is bold, it is a blazing inferno. You still have movement and bonus, Fabian, if there's anything you wish to do with those. And it's bright too. Like this whole space is now very, very bright light. This could be seen for miles.
Go right there. Because
Alright.
it seems like a safe spot to stand, maybe.
All right. Skaz, you see the firelight erupt, but the mass is between you and it, There's no room to get through that door. What do you do?
I'm gonna retreat.
May I have posit a question?
You may.
Can Eldritch Blast move people with force?
There's like a feat you can take for that, but I
Yeah.
don't think Skaz has it.
Alright.
That would be very, very nice, but
Yeah.
no, I didn't. take
Shoulder check it.
Yeah. He's a little
No.
kobold. He doesn't have the strength for that. All right, you sort of backing away, Skaz, into the darkness.
I'm backing away and again taking the dodge action.
Okay. I figured you might have taken the hide action, but dodge works.
Yeah, I could have, but it probably just would have spotted me with its many heads and eyes.
Fair enough. All right, so you duck back.
And I'm still carrying 5 lit torches.
Fair enough. All right, it is to the mass. It is shying away from the bright, burning light that is coming out of that brazier. It is clearly uncomfortable approaching. So it is going to instead spend its turn dashing to come over here.
Oh no.
And like you quickly deduce, it's gonna try to deactivate this shit again. Skaga, it's to you.
Shit.
Even though it's out of turn, is there a way for us just to converse briefly, or no?
I'll let you guys exchange words briefly. Like you kind of just like have a block of turn order to yourselves before the mass shows up. I'll let you talk in that time.
I guess Gijo would fill in. Skaga is like, Skaga, there's 3 activation things in order to keep this whole thing alit, but that dang sucker's gonna go for one of them and turn them off. We gotta. I'll distract the creature the second it turns off one of those things and lure it in here. You and Fabian have to somehow get over there and turn that thing back on. If we can light this thing while this sucker is right underneath it, it'll incinerate the fucker.
It seems to know what it's doing. I don't know if that's gonna... Wouldn't it just be better to break the switches? So they can't be used again?
No guarantee that won't turn the thing off.
Okay. Skaga then.
Yeah, if you and Fabian make a break for the side, the second that thing throws the next switch, I'll distract it and bring it in here. I'll lure it to the center.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Go down here. That's what I can do with 30. Can
I mean, if you dash, you'll end up right here.
Yeah, but it might hear
Yeah, but I
you.
don't want to hear me.
You can quietly dash.
I'll let you attempt a stealth check if you do the dash, though the stealth check will be a disadvantage because you're dashing.
Sounds good. Because it was either stop there and take the hide action or get as close as possible, but if it just turns around to get me, then that's not good.
Yeah. It's up to you. You can take the dash and stealth at disadvantage or just hang where you are.
Oh, stealth. That's what I'm looking for. Disadvantage.
12.
Hey!
It's not great, but it isn't awful. Alright.
Both were double digits.
Okay. Alright, well then, let's see here. Alright. Well, let's have it, actually, no. It's not actively looking for you right now, so it's not going to use its active perception. So passive perception is just based off of its wisdom. So you rolled a 12?
Mm-hmm.
Its passive perception is 11. It doesn't see you.
Nice.
All right. So you managed to
Huzzah.
sort of get up there. You hear it moving. As a heads up to the audience, depending on how long this goes, we might wind up being down a mick before the end. Ideally, that won't be the case, but it might be. So
I hope so.
yeah, like
Depends on if the dice decide.
this is absolutely going to be the final session. I'm not stopping until we're done this time. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter.
That's
We're finishing this tonight.
Yeah, otherwise, part 5
understandable.
is going to be like 10 minutes long.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, Gijo, it is to you.
If I were to just move 5 closer, do I feel like I'd be able to work my way around the rim, or would that be almost a very, very bad idea?
Getting that close would definitely start to hurt you.
All right. I would like to use my. Okay, how high are each of these steps again? 5 feet, you said?
Yeah, like in total, each sort of grid of that is about 5 feet of ascension. So,
All right. Let's see. I'm doing math in my head.
which means that like the absolute top of the thing is about 25 feet up off the ground.
All right. Would you? All right. So like, if I were to move here, I wouldn't take damage. But if I were to move here, I would.
Yeah, you would start to take some damage if you're adjacent to the rim, and if you're on the rim, you're taking a lot.
Okay. So
Like again, this is like a rocket engine just creating a big bright ass light. It's almost as bright as the sun just looking at it. It's understandable why this place was a lighthouse. You can see that thing from a long way away.
Take
Alright.
flight, birds.
He doesn't
Actually,
have
yes.
wings. Krauven don't
Well,
have
the
wings.
I don't have wings, but I do have some pretty damn good acrobatics. Could I try jumping to here? 15
Wait.
feet?
Does your strength score allow you to just jump 15 feet?
I don't remember the rules on jumping distance. Let me look those up real quick.
It's a strength score. And it's only your strength score if you take a running start.
Well, I also got.
That's
I have really good acrobatics and athletics, so I made this guy to be like, even though he's not a rogue, he is a nimble little guy.
Okay.
Let's see.
Might work.
Let's see here. Jumping. Your strength determines how far you can jump. Long jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can only leap half that distance. By the way, each foot you clear on the jump costs a foot of movement.
All right, and
So
Is
your
that
strength
stable?
is what?
15.
So if you get a 10-foot running start, you can just do it.
Yeah, you could just do it. So if you spent 10 movement to come back here and then another 10 to come up here, you could make that jump.
All right, well I'll do that. He'll just go da-da-da-da, and then da-da-da-da, whatcha!
All right, you make the leap.
And then that was 10. Does the distance I jumped also count as movement?
I believe it does subtract from your total movement speed, yes. So unless you take
All
a
right,
dash
well-
or you're down moving.
Yeah. All right. Can I from this angle see this switch?
You can just make out the switch from here, yes.
Okay, good. All right. To which then Gijo will ready his action and will yell at he'll yell at Fabian and is like, "Get going!" and like motions to the motions to the north.
All right. All right, that's your turn then. Fabian.
So you mean, so okay, so 10. Oh, it's moving the map again.
Well, you probably could just go straight north, and I mean you're only 10 feet up. You could. It's a slight hop down.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not too
10.
picky about it if you're just dropping, as long as it's not far enough for fall damage.
So yeah, just then just drop down, and that doesn't take movement.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't take movement. Like,
Okay,
yeah, you're
it's
good.
10, 20.
Remember, you can go diagonal.
That is true.
30. I'm gonna just dash. Actually, yeah, we're just gonna do all the movement. 5, 20. It's another 20. There we go, and then whoop, and stop right there.
All right. Alrighty.
And that's it.
All right. Skaz, you're up. I will say that you just heard Gijo and Skag sort of making plans a second ago, so you have a general idea of what's going on.
Yeah, I am.
Question is, did the monster hear it and understand it?
Likely.
Why did you bring that up?
Well, you know
really
what
just thought
understands. You know what
I'm just
understands Draconic, but
I'm just running.
all right.
And it did speak common with us. Or at least utter a few words in common.
Indeed.
Why'd you remind me of that?
Because I just thought of it right now.
All right. Is there anything else you're doing on your turn there, Skaz?
Nothing. I
Alright.
only have a bonus action and I can't do anything with that.
All right, then it is to the mass. And it will come up here. Free action, disengage the device. And the light of the fire goes out,
And the second
plunging
it
the
does
room
that,
back into shadow.
I'd like to use my held action to shoot at the sucker.
All right. Ranged attack. Roll it.
All right.
Better hit it this time.
Yes.
21. That'll hit. Give me damage.
All right, finally.
Pew.
8 damage. Nice. So you fire off that shot. It's like get it right in the side of its head, and it like turns around as the arrow tip sort of dissolves inside of it, and the shaft clatters to the ground and gives you a glare.
And he wants to. Can I shout out something at it as it hit?
You
Glares?
absolutely may. You absolutely may.
All right, you fucking ugly son of a bitch! Come on!
Go ahead and make for me a persuasion check.
Maybe
With advantage, because you did just shoot it, and you've been annoying it by being one of the things it can't eat this whole time. It's starting to lose its temper. Persuasion. You rolled a 14. All right. It rolled bad. All right, so it is going to snarl and use its action to dash and come up here.
Okay.
Skaga, it's to you.
I think hearing it, I think what she's going to do is she's going to double back. 30.
Are you
And
like
then
living the
I'm-
switch to Fabian?
Yeah.
All right.
I have a -1 intelligence, and I don't know how it works yet.
It's like Skaga's like, I know I won't be able to figure that shit out.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the rope and get ready to throw the bear trap end at it so that when it chases after Gijo, I can try and hold it in place over the torch spot.
Ooh, okay. So that's a held action to basically try and grapple it from a distance. Okay.
Oh man.
Nice. Clever idea.
I have
Gijo.
wisdom. I don't have intelligence.
Okay. Gijo, it is to you.
All right. Well, Gija's gonna move. Dun dun. Dun dun. Yeah, right there, 15.
It's
And
probably still hot.
probably just going.
Oh yeah, no, it's
and
like there's still a lot of hot residual air, and like your talons are like blistering from the contact, but you're toughing it out.
And as he's basically sprinting past, he's gonna fire another loose bolt right at the sucker.
All right, attack roll. Nice, give me damage.
Go.
Finally hitting this sucker.
5. Alrighty, you fire off another shot. It doesn't like you. It really doesn't like you. That is your
And
go.
he's gonna throw one more insult. He's just like, "Come on, aren't you hungry? I thought you wanted this." And
Alrighty.
then he's gonna use the last one to he's gonna stop. He's gonna stop right there, basically right at the edge.
All right, Fabian, it's your go.
All right, so I am. So
Oh shit.
all right. So Fabian can very easy.
Yeah.
Gonna roll. I think we're gonna roll stealth.
All right.
Would stealth have advantage, seeing as the creature is very much has its attention on Gijo?
I mean, it would be a cunning action hide is what this would be, or just an action hide. The stealth roll itself. I'd say yeah. I'd give you advantage because it is so focused on Gijo.
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 25. That is a good roll. Okay.
Okay. So
So
with
that's your
that,
bonus action.
We're dashing
All right.
very, very stealthily right there.
All right. That is your action to do that.
And basically, for the sake of theatrics, can the stuff be turned on when or if it jumps over the thing?
You would need to do a held action for that.
And you don't have any actions anymore.
I will allow you to sacrifice the stealth check you just made, because you should know this. It's like you can do a held action to use the thing when a condition is met. If you want to hold your action until this thing enters the brazier, you could use your bonus action to dash to get down to that thing. But it would sacrifice the stealth roll you just made. So do you want timing or certainty?
I do have its attention.
That's the question, isn't it? You know what? I have a quarter.
You gonna flip a coin?
We're gonna flip a
Great.
coin.
I need luck. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Roll 20 just needs a coin flip feature.
All right, Gijo, I'll let you decide what heads is.
Oh, heads or tails? Okay.
Yeah.
Flip it. Heads.
No, but what is heads?
Oh.
That's what I mean.
Well, you see, when two people love each other very much,
Okay.
Heads is stealth, tails is no stealth.
oh, okay, yeah, heads is stealth, tails.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're going no stealth, boys. We're holding the action.
All right. Okay.
I did also just shoot it again and also insult it again, so.
Indeed.
All right.
All right. Skaz, it's your go.
Hey, brother.
Okay. Skaz is gonna dash into here.
All right.
Gonna get up right, be next to Gijo, and He's gonna taunt it in Draconic and say something that's about
You don't have any more hexes available?
No, unfortunately, none.
Darn.
If you don't have anything specific, you could
Nah,
permit your dragon to speak through you for a moment, because evidently she has something to say. You can kind of feel it pulsing through your ringstone.
I was not aware that works, but okay.
It's not that she's literally
I do
speaking
that.
through you, it's more that you feel her intention and are acting as her messenger.
I'll do that. Yes.
All right, then.
Sounds good.
So you hear the voice of your dragon sort of channeling through your veins as you're working out this plan, and she senses this might actually work. And the rest of you kind of hear it coming from Skaz, the sort of two tones almost, as like a deep, feminine, but incredibly powerful, ancient voice sort of mingles with his as he belts out in Draconic, though somehow the meaning resonates with all of you as well. You couldn't kill us before. And look what has become of you now. How low you are, and how low you will be when you die. So, Skaz, with your dragon speaking through you thus, I would like you to make for me an intimidation check with advantage with a +5 bonus on top of it.
Okay.
Because, well, yeah, dragons have really high stats.
Well, also, this is a literal act of, in a sense, it's a literal act of God.
More or less, it's an act of a godlike being.
Yeah.
Okay. Intimidation.
+5 on top of that. So 12 plus
That's a
5,
17.
17. Not the highest in the world, but considering
Yeah,
how
I'm
low this
sorry.
thing's charisma is.
Yeah.
To be fair, also, it gave the most intimidating speech out of the world's tiniest loudspeaker.
All right, so you utter those words, and like visibly, like the mass is responding, like it hears these words, and you can just see and feel its fury bubbling to the surface. On its turn, it is going to surge forward, and right as it gets here, Fabian. Well, first of all, Skaga, your rope goes off, doesn't it? Because you prepared that
Yes.
action first. All right, so how the fuck does this work?
So basically, if you would allow me to put up my interpretation, I would have to throw it, and if it hits, it has to make a dexterity saving throw to not get snapped in the jaws.
Okay, sure.
Because that's how the trap works, is a dex save.
All right, attack roll first then.
Okay. I don't have this set up, so I'm just... can it be a dex, or do you want a strength one?
It'll be dex. It's technically a ranged weapon. It's a heavy ranged weapon, but it's a ranged weapon.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll my longbow then.
Fair enough. Nope. So, you don't actually successfully hold it in place, but you do distract it for a moment as you throw this bear trap on a rope. It sails through the air as the mass is surging forward. It has to hesitate for a second. A tendril comes up, just shatters the bear trap against the wall. But in that brief instant of it being held, Fabian, you activate the device, and the flames just surge up and around it. And as such, I would like you to roll me 10d10.
Huzzah!
Could be
I
more.
get to roll the big numbers.
That's
You get to roll one of them.
5.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
That is a lot of ones.
it's only 3 ones. It's actually a really high roll, all told. All right, so 10d10. That is 52 plus 10 for a total of 62.
I don't suppose because... Oh, no, he wasn't stealth. Never mind.
No.
I was going to say.
And
He wasn't stealth.
and
I was sneak attacking with gigantic crossbow torches.
and hey.
Sorry.
And Gijo and Skaz, I would like both of you, because you played a big part in this, to each roll me 5d10 plus 5.
Okay. 5d10 plus 10?
5d10 plus 5 from each of you.
Plus 5. Plus 5. Okay. I assume I'm writing this out correctly.
You forgot the /r. Oh no, there's no space between the 5 and the D.
Oh, okay. Oh. Dang it!
You created a question mark.
Almost.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey! The biggest challenge, not the monster, the user interface.
All right. So,
It's for Panda.
with those numbers together, that is 10d10 plus 10 points of radiant damage and 10d10 plus 10 points of fire damage, both of which the mass takes double damage from.
Nice.
So that comes out to well over 200 and something points of damage. As the flames surge up around it, you hear it let out this horrible shrieking wail, and you can just barely make out its silhouette from here, as after a few seconds, it is completely incinerated in the raging flame. A few seconds pass as the tension starts to settle, and your adrenaline leaves you.
Trying to pull Gijo away from the flames.
Yeah, Gijo's just kind of like just like lean on Disguise right now, just like his adrenaline's gone.
Yeah, you two back away, but after a few seconds of kind of tensely waiting, you don't see any signs of the mass surviving. It was completely destroyed in that brief moment. Combat ends. You are free to take this chance to do as you like and speak.
Gijo's just gonna turn to Scotch and just like, well, that was an awfully bold statement. You definitely got its attention there.
Yes, Gas is pale and shivering despite the enormous heat, but apparently he's got a 10-mile stare going through you, and he's just shaken.
Fabian just leans against the wall and slowly slides down it into a sitting position, staring blankly off into nothing.
All right.
Well, at least that thing's dealt with. So, now what?
All right, that is unfortunately where Mick is going to have to leave us, but at least he has a justification for his character to kind of be out of it. It's just kind of rattled by having a dragon speak through him. So thank you very much for joining us, Nick. Go have a good night. We'll give you a recap
Good
of
night.
anything you missed if it's important when we're done here.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome move, man. Have a great night.
All right.
I suppose we wait for someone, but we can't go. Not visibly. She'll kind of look at Gijo.
Well, visibly. Oh, right. I was guarding you. You were on the way to someplace. Well,
She'll kind of hesitate to like put a hand over her swords, but doesn't draw them. Just, are we
look,
free?
we've been through some absolute shite right about now. As far as I consider, those two little kobolds that I was actually guarding on the way to wherever the heck they were going, they drowned with the rest of the crew. And you two just happened to be, part of the crew that was, working the, sails and whatnot, and you survived. Completely different kobolds, as far as I know. Not the ones I was escorting. So...
She'll relax her shoulders and then just give you a hug around basically your thigh or waist.
It would be about the waist, yeah.
After which you'd go, ow, rib. And then he'd just holler out, I guess the flame is going, but he'd be like, Fabian! How are you, man? You did it! You killed it! That hurts.
It hurts to laugh. Does Fabian respond at all, or is he just kind of zoning out?
Yay!
Alright. I guess Gijo would make his way down the steps and just work his way around to, try and go over where Fabian is, since Skaga is looking after her brother.
Yeah.
He would just go over there and offer him to help pick him up and offer him a shoulder, basically. It's like, alright, let's go. I don't know. Honestly, don't want to rest up here. We could, but I'd say let's just take a break down. Probably back at the entryway or something, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Maybe the
Yeah,
guard.
why not?
All right.
You were about to say, Skaga?
Huh?
You were about to say something?
Oh, I said maybe the garden.
Yeah, maybe the guard. Alright, let's just find some place that's not here to rest.
All right. So helping
You
Fabian up
know-
and... Oh, go
I'm
on.
sorry. You first.
No, I was about to start leading into like an epilogue sort of thing. Any conversations you want to have them now.
Okay. So Fabian's gonna go, Gijo, I think
Why?
part of me enjoyed that.
Well, why not? You just basically defeated some horrible creature from beyond history itself. Not many can actually say that. You got a tale worth telling near every tavern from here to the end of the world.
You should be proud. You finished work dragons started.
Maybe I'll travel around some.
Ah, I can see your moniker now. Fabian the Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after I've not died.
Yeah, let's get you down the stairs.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So, each of you supporting the weight of one of your companions. You make your descent down the elevator from the summit of the lighthouse. As you're leaving the blazing bright chamber, you sort of briefly glance back over your collective shoulders to see the first hints of sunlight shining through the windows that the firelight is at level with. Making your way down to the garden, you set up a small little camp under the boughs of the few trees and roots that live. Over the next couple of days, you nurse your wounds, scavenge for what few supplies there are. Your travel rations are largely damaged, but enough to see you get by. And the kobolds are able to find smaller critters that start poking their heads out of their little burrows with the death of the mass now that the danger is gone, and find a suitable snack from them. to keep themselves sustained. After roughly, I'd say, a week of just surviving and trying to keep alive and warm, rescue does come in the form of a simple... It's not anything particularly large. It's a small ship suitable for a crew of maybe 4 people, a personal vessel that spotted the strange island and thought to investigate. The people aboard are weary of the kobolds, perhaps, but don't ask too many questions. See your plight for what it is, and are willing to take you onto their deck and see you safely back to the mainland with only a handful of questions asked. In the following weeks, when eventually you do return to shore, I imagine that Skaz and Skaga will go their own way, as they have responsibilities to their dragon far away that they must now return to. I imagine Gijo and Fabian will return to their old work, try to make their way on foot to where the ship was bound in the first place. That being said, did you, during the course of the voyage, or at any point afterwards, tell anyone about the strange lighthouse you discovered? The only other people who would know would be the ones on the boat with you who rescued you.
I don't think Skaz and Skaga would, since they know that the dragons wanted to destroy all things Aryan. They wouldn't want people rediscovering it.
Gonna flip a coin. Well, so we're gonna be symbolic here with whatever this coin flip is. Heads is a talking head, and that means that Fabian's gonna talk about it a little bit. Tails means it's just being left behind.
Okay.
All right. So Fabian's talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
All right.
Gijo is definitely talking about it. In fact, actually, before they left, he also tried to take whatever remnants of the creature, the black ooze and whatnot. He put that into some potion bottles that were empty, mostly because he needed as much proof as possible to tell his employers this fantastical tale of exactly how he was technically the only survivor aboard in the entire ship, what happened to his quarry, and what happened on the island. He decided to basically go full, oh yeah, here's entirely what happened. We basically found an ancient evil and blah 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 blah. Here's proof of it. We could probably sell this to some. We could probably sell these to some mages for some high product, some high profit.
High profit. You don't want to make that into a product. That's just rotted stomach acid with a mind of its own.
Oh no.
But I
We're
digress.
Wayland Utani.
So, you reveal this to whoever you deem appropriate. Eventually, though the story is not believed by most, a handful are willing to explore it, but none of you ever hear about the island again. And if, in the years that follow, any of you decide to look into the matter, it seems no one else was ever able to find it. It just appeared to you when a freak storm crashed you against its shores, and when you were gone, it vanished as suddenly as it came. Whether this is a matter of it actually going away, or if it sunk, or if people just couldn't find it, if some unknown other circumstance revealed it at the time you drew near, you can't say for sure. Nevertheless, with its sole occupant dead, and you all having escaped it alive, the legacy of that ruin ends here and with you. And that is where this adventure will end.
Well, I have a headcanon already. Obviously, the dragon god was just like, okay, time to clean this up, rolled up her sleeves, and decided to wipe the entire island off the face of the earth.
Well, not a dragon god, just a dragon, but yeah.
Okay, a dragon. The dragon then did it. She just went over there and just like, okay, breath weapon. We're scotching this. This entire thing is gone.
Right. Well, regardless, so holy shit, all of you survived.
Barely.
Barely.
You scraped by. I showed you a lot of mercies, that is true, but it's still impressive you managed to make it through that.
Well, what happened was and Jesus went, things are gonna work out now.
Things are going to work out today.
I mean, come on. I mean, I was finally able to hit 2 shots right there at the end.
Yeah, well, regardless. So, that was a lot of fun. That was supposed to be our Halloween adventure, but instead it began in Thanksgiving and went all the way into Christmas. So,
It's just our nightmare before Christmas.
right?
Dun, 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 dun,
And
dun.
with this,
So
maybe
this
Skij will learn how to make a one-shot.
I do know how to make one-shots. I just don't like to because I like to linger on these things. There's not enough time with one-shots for there to be substance.
Yeah.
But
And
I digress. So,
If we could go for a straight 8 hours, we could probably do a one-shot.
probably, but we only have like 2 hours every time we come together.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
regardless, so thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for joining us. This was a lot of fun. I'm sure we'll be having more D&D we'll play in the future. Whether or not we record it and put it up anywhere is up in the air. But for the time being, if this goes up on YouTube, which I'm pretty confident it will at some point, then thank you all very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, if there is one. Until then, take care of yourselves, keep listening, don't be a dick. Bye-bye.
Can't tell me what to do.
No, but I am the dungeon master. Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Oh man, at least the campaign's over.
I mean, is there a better moment?
At the very start. All right, everyone. All right, you're in a tavern. Everyone roll dexterity. Too bad. Rocks fall. Everyone dies. The end. D&D speedrun.
No, D&D speedrun is when you start to get a group together and then it ends before it begins because you can't get your schedules to align to play session 1.